All right, so today we're going to make a video about this Kramer Focus. It was a VT-211S I picked up a while ago. I've had it a couple weeks now, and I've been messing around with it. And unfortunately, well, there's some good things about this guitar, and there's some not so good things. Basically, we'll start with the bad stuff first. The main issue with this guitar, I mean, it plays okay, but the main issue is up here on the headstock. First of all, these tuning machines, oh man, these are horrible. These are just awful. You know, this is some of the worst tuning machines I've seen on a new guitar ever. I worked in a music store years ago, and with a lot of entry-level guitars, and this one, these are awful. They're really that bad. They really are, unfortunately. They're really stiff and notchy, and they just, oh man, they're terrible. Now this has the strings on it that came on it, and I think they're a 9-42 set. That's what they feel like. And unfortunately, they wound the string on the post down so far that when the string comes through the nut, it comes down at a really steep angle, and it actually makes contact. It actually makes contact with the neck, right behind the nut, right in there, and that messes with the tuning. And not only that, because it's such a steep angle, it comes up out of the nut, and it doesn't sit well in the nut, so that causes some issues. And not only that, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll hold it up to the camera. There's a pretty significant gap in the fretboard face of the nut between the nut and the edge of the nut slot on the fretboard side, and that's got to be messing with the intonation a little bit. And so yeah, tuning this guitar is a real challenge. Keeping it in tune is just as much of a challenge. It plays okay, and it sounds all right. Pickup. It plays and it sounds okay. I haven't really messed with the pickup heights or anything. They were, you know, where they were when I got them, and they're probably what, I got about an 1/8 of an inch gap, so they might be able to come up a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it, but they do hum. They're non-hum canceling, so yeah, they're humming pretty good. But you know, it plays all right. Now, a lot of videos I've seen on these guitars, people are talking about the frets hanging out of the end of the neck. There's no fret sprout on this. The fret ends are really nice, and the fretwork is actually decent. The action's reasonably low, and I haven't found any notes that choke out anywhere on the fretboard yet. So they did a good job with that. It's just, you know, from here up, from here to here, it's got some issues. But you know, it's got the typical Strat sound, so your neck pickup and then the neck middle. There's your middle pickup. And you got the bridge middle. Darkens up quite a bit. It has that kind of character, that quacky character to it, but it doesn't have that sparkle, you know, the two single coils would have. And then you got the bridge pickup. Probably sound better, a little more distortion. You know, it's not a bad guitar. I bought this as a mod platform. You know, I bought it with the sole purpose of, doing some mods to it and seeing if I can make something kind of cool out of it. I'll tell you though, as an entry level guitar, which I think is who the Kramer pretty much aimed his guitar at, as an entry level guitar, I don't think I could recommend it because, well, this one anyway, it's a shame because it's so close. It plays nicely, but it's got a lot of issues up here that would make it really difficult for an entry level guitar player to play this. It would make it hard to tune, first of all, and that would make it frustrating. But for someone who's kind of knows what they're doing at least a little bit with the guitars, you could probably you can fix a lot of this stuff. You can get cheaper guitars to learn on, which is what I would recommend. But for something, something that you're going to modify into something, this is it's a decent start. It really is. The neck is nice. The neck really has a nice feel to it. It's got a nice satiny finish on the back. Like I said before, there's no fret sprout on this. This one, the fret ends feel great. Even up in here, there's really nothing. They really feel nice. It's a 12-inch fretboard radius. I have a bunch of other Strats that have a 9.5-inch fretboard radius, and it really isn't much of a change going from one of those to this. They really have a very similar feel, and this neck is kind of chunky. It's got some shoulder to it. It fills up your hand pretty good. So it's got a speedy feel because of the 12-inch radius, but it's chunky, so it reminds you of sort of like an older Strat or a Tele neck or something. And I don't know if the camera's getting it or not, but this finish it's interesting. It's supposed to be a pewter gray. It's more of like a really light olive green or pea soup green. It's an odd color, and of course, in the pick guard, it's not really white. It's more like a really light gray or a light bluish gray. And so it's, it has sort of a strange, when I took it out of the box, I was like, well, that's okay. That's an interesting looking guitar. But, it feels good. It feels nice in the hands. I have not touched this whammy bar. This thing stays in tune. Has a hard enough time staying in tune as it is. I'm not touching this thing. This is just one of those cheap crap, Strat bridges. I'll probably swap that out, put a different bridge on it. The chrome knobs, I don't know if I'll keep those. I tend to favor, the regular knobs, but I don't know, we'll see. So it was $149.99 shipped to my house for $149. I got a decent neck that needs a little work. I got a nice body, a set of strap buttons, some neck screws, and a jack plate. Everything else we're going to change out. So that was the intention from the get-go, was to buy something I can mod and mess around with. So that's what we're going to do with it. So appreciate you watching. It actually might still be in tune. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.